Mr Speaker.
I call Chris Bishop.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Well, it was a scary night 2 weeks ago on Sunday. I was doing some emails at about 12:03 when shuddering like I've never really felt before came through our house in Batoni, and I will freely admit to being pretty frightened. As a Wellingtonian growing up, a born and bred guy from the hut and living in Wellington for all but 3 years of my 33 years, you do get used to earthquakes and you get used to the small jolts and the shudders, and you sort of ride them out. But this was like something no one's ever felt before, and I guess I have a new appreciation for the people of Christchurch for all their hardship in the 2010 and 2011 quakes. It was a sort of roiling, thunderous cacophony of noise and sound at our place, and it was a pretty frightening experience. So, we've been affected out in the hut. One of the byproducts of the earthquake has been the Queensgate shopping complex, the event cinema there and the car park underneath it, having been pretty badly affected, and as members will know, having to be pretty urgently demolished. And of course the surrounding shops, particularly the New World and the Angus Inn next door, are within the cordon and have been evacuated, and people are not allowed to be in there or work in there because of the potential danger that if another quake strikes, that building will fall down. And of course it's been demolished reasonably quickly, probably sometime before Christmas. My office actually, sir, is just literally right outside the cordon in the hut. It's about probably 60 metres as the crow flies from a couple of those stores, from the Angus Inn and from New World. So I have I guess you would say, acute appreciation of some of the issues that are happening, and it's great to see that the government's support package being extended to the Hutt Valley, and I want to place that on the record for the House, extended to the Hutt Valley and to Wellington as well. I know my colleague Paul Foster-Bell and Brett Hudson are very appreciative of that as well, as I know Grant Robertson is, and Labor colleagues across the House. And that's the other point I would make, sir, is that this is really Parliament at its best, I think, and we've already heard the fulsome tributes from Mr Mitchell to the Acting Civil Defence Minister Jerry Brownlee and the wider government team for the spirit of collegiality and comradesmanship, camaraderie I should say, sir, that sort of pervades this issue that we're dealing with, and the bills that have been placed before the House, and that's great to see. It's great to see that that MPs can put aside party political differences, and you know, probably members of the public would argue that we should put aside party political differences on more occasions than just dealing with earthquake recovery legislation, or in this case civil defence emergency management legislation, and they would probably be right. But it is good that on this really important issue that we can put aside those politics. This is a very simple bill. Members opposite and on this side of the House have canvassed its simple provisions. It's a sensible piece of legislation, and I don't have anything much more to add than to endorse the comments of my colleagues so far from both sides of the House actually, and endorse this bill for the House.